Welcome back everyone to week 3 of Inktober 2019 compilations, where this week we'll be covering days 21 through the 30th. So on day 21 was treasure, and I went through Google just to be like, hey, what could I possibly do? And a lot of people were doing treasure chests, some people are doing like islands with treasure, so I'm like, okay, I'll just draw a simple island with treasure and then some palm trees that went meh, but of course since I was limited with my various colors, I just had to do what I had to do with the pens I had available. So I hope you guys like my day 21 treasure. For day 22, it was a ghost, and what better to draw than the very ghost himself from Nickelodeon, that is Danny Phantom, where I did both Dark Danny from the episode that his ghost persona did merge with the one of the villains, the Vlad Master, if I remember correctly, that it merged with him in the future. And then, of course, regular Danny with ghost legs, because why not? I just wish I actually had a light blue highlight for his various portions of his body that just gets highlighted, not just the black and white. So it just looks good overall, though. So it took me a while to get done, too. But, yep, that is day 22, Ghost. Day 23, Ancient, I decided to draw an Assassin's Creed character, and what better to do than draw Altair. At first I was going to do Bayek from Assassin's Creed Origins, but I'm like, I'd rather just do the very first game, and the only thing I regret from this drawing is not doing the head proportion right, because I stupidly started the torso, or the bottom of the torso, halfway up the page, so I had really no room for the head, stupidly, but at least I managed to make the drawing look alright for the most part. But that's of course day 23, Ancient. For day 24, the prompt of course was Dizzy, and there's only really so much you can do with Dizzy, which most people were just creating like indie, their own like idea for a character, and that was being Dizzy. And I was like, well, I have no creativity in creating my own characters, and I don't feel like putting the time into it for like a short amount of time I'm gonna be drawing this, so I did first screw up with the head proportions of what would be Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I redid it, as you can tell, with the X that's right next to it. and I also screwed up on the mouth. So I tried my best just to have a open, wide mouth with the tongue sticking out. So yeah, I did as best as I could, but I think it gets the point out. But that's of course day 24. Then day 25 was tasty, and there's many different things I could have done for this, but I'm like, let's just go simple and be like, okay, many foods are tasty to me, but I decided to make a taco, a pizza, and a slice of cake. So be sure to comment down below what various types of tasty foods you guys like to eat, and what's your favorite toppings on pizza, or even your favorite type of cake, and what do you like in your tacos. But yep, that's day 25. And then day 26 was dark, which I could only think of one thing, which was the Dark Knight. So I just simply looked at pictures, even though I've seen many different iterations of the comics for Batman. I'm like, okay, I'll just go based off of this already drawn, like, fan Batman, which I definitely am not a crazy fan of how I sized the proportion of the head, of course. It was pretty dumb, but overall the picture came out alright to me. I hope you all like it. And yeah, that was day 26. Then day 27 was labeled for coat. So I'm like, at first I was thinking of a after party, that game about basically being a murderer and killing everyone in a party because they're disturbing the public with the noise. And instead I ended up finding the Black versus White spy show, that like 3D model. So I'm like, okay, I'll just draw them. And so yeah, it's pretty simple, although I screwed up some lines. So, but overall it went all right. I did have to end up coloring in the 2 bombs because I actually forgot about that, but I made sure to do that for the Instagram post. So overall it was all right. A lot of ink though, a whole lot of ink. But that of course was day 27. So then day 28 was ride, and I can only think of either doing a witch or I did the headless horseman. So that took some time, just because there were so many different drawings that I could have done based off of, but I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take this drawing that I found that was based off of kids like coloring book or whatever, I'm guessing. So I just did that, and I got this result, which looks to me amazing, because once again, all these Inktober drawings, this is the first time I'm drawing the characters at all, so it came out all right to me. But of course, that's day 28. Then day 29 was injured, And I was at first thinking, like, I could have done many different things, like mummies, skeleton, or whatever, and I'm like, let's do a zombie. And so I ended up just taking what would be a Plants vs. Zombies zombie, especially for the head, and I turned it into a skating uh, person that ended up turning into a zombie. But I will regret that I was testing my streams uh, settings and whatnot, and so I didn't. I was basically halfway done with the artwork by the time I actually got made sure to stream correctly. So that's why it is already like worked on when it first shows the artwork. But I like how it came out. So that's day 29. And then day 30 was catch, and wasn't too sure what I was going to do with this, but then I thought of the Tom and Jerry cartoon where the witch actually catches up with Tom that's playing with her broom, and so I thought, why not see what frames I can use from the cartoon, and this is the frame I decided on, which looks really nice to me. I just hate the fact of how much ink I had to use for the both blue and black, but it's too bad I didn't have the right shade of blue for Tom, though, because I knew I didn't want to have the same blue as her dress, so. But, yeah, that's day 30. And I hope you all have enjoyed this compilation that I have created. And the 31st episode is basically going to be just talking about what I did for the 31st, and then just a whole slideshow of all of the drawings I've done over the month. But that is all for this compilation. I hope you all enjoy. Be sure to leave a like if you have enjoyed, as well as comment down below which artworks you like the most out of the entire compilation. And tell me if you have participated in the Inktober challenge at all. I know a lot of people gave up on it like halfway through or whatever, or they didn't have the time. But that's why I purposely did the Inktober challenge right before starting to play a game on my stream so that I had plenty of time to make the thing and then play a game. So that's why I was able to catch up so easily, was because, and plus I started on day 2 anyway. But that'll be it, and I hope you all had a great Halloween, but I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.